Okay, so now I'm going to show you the most powerful part of Google Ads by far. This video is worth rewatching and then watching again. Make sure you don't blink, pause, rewind, and really grasp what I'm about to share with you, because this is really what gives Google Ads its power. And it's the keyword planner. So to access the keyword planner, you're going to scroll up to the top menu where it says Tools and Settings, and then you're going to click on Keyword Planner on the left side, and then click Try It Now. So here you're going to click Discover New Keywords. We're just going to exit this guide. So what we're going to do now is we're going to type in some real estate search phrases to see what the monthly traffic is like. In other words, Google is going to tell us how many people on average are searching with these specific keywords to find what they're looking for. So if we go back to our first ad group, which was Mississauga homes for sale, I'm just going to type that in the search bar here. Mississauga homes for sale. And this is going to tell us across Canada how many people on average are searching for this phrase. So we're going to click Get Results. And then if we just extend this a little bit, you can see the first result. It says that on average, between 1,000 and 10,000 people are searching the exact phrase Mississauga homes for sale in Canada. It also tells us that to get to the top of the first page of the Google search results requires a minimum cost per click bid, because remember, you're bidding on clicks and Google charges you per click. So the minimum is 45 cents per click to get to the top of the first page of Google, and the maximum is 114. Now, this is an approximate range. It depends on how well your ads correspond to your keywords. It also has to do with the relevancy of your landing page. Everything has to correlate, but this gives you a pretty good idea of how competitive these key phrases are, and the most important part, the average monthly searches. Think about that. 1,000 people to 10,000 people are searching for that phrase. Now, I know that's a wide range. The way that this works is when you first sign up for your Google Ads account, you get these very broad ranges. Once you start spending some money, and it's not a lot of money, but once you start spending a little bit, these will start to get much more accurate. So instead of 1,000 to 10,000, it might give you a range of 1,000 to 1,500 or 2,000 to 2,500. But even in the beginning, initially, you can get a really good idea of where the high traffic search phrases are. And what's really amazing is it gives you suggestions. So we just typed in Mississauga homes for sale, and look what happens. We have keyword ideas. This is just like in the Facebook targeting. Remember I talked to you about how when you click suggestions, it gives you other targeting ideas of people's interests? Well, Google works the same way. So the next search result, which was suggested to us, is houses for sale in Mississauga, which has way more average monthly searches, 10,000 to 100,000 per month. The competition is also medium. And here's what's interesting. It gives us 10 times more average monthly searches, and the actual bid per click is less expensive than Mississauga homes for sale. To get to the top of the first page, it's a minimum of 46 cents, but only a maximum of 96 cents versus the first range, which was 45 cents to $1.14. And we're getting 10 times the average monthly searches. 10,000 to 100,000 is huge. So that's what's really powerful, is not only does Google give you this information, but it gives you suggestions. And then we can check out related searches. Condos for sale in Mississauga, which was one of our other ad groups in our campaign, gives us 1,000 to 10,000 average monthly searches. The competition is a little bit higher for this one. So the minimum cost per click bid to get on the top of the first page of Google. And remember, these bids are specifically to get to the first page, because if you're not on the first page, you're not going to get nearly as much results. So for this example, it's more expensive. It's a minimum of 74 cents up to $2.47. But don't let that deter you, because again, this is just a rough idea, but it really does come down to how well your ads are performing. Then we have townhouse for sale, Mississauga, another good one, 1,000 to 10,000. Medium competition, 42 cents to $1.07. Then we have houses for sale in Mississauga MLS. This has much less average monthly searches, 100 to 1,000. So you're not going to get nearly as much traffic and not nearly as many leads if you choose these keywords to bid on. You want to ideally select keywords that have at least a few hundred average monthly searches every month to get some real traction. That's been the approach that I've generally followed, and you can just scroll down and see how many of them there are here. So there's quite an extensive list. And again, we can just type in different examples. So we can try Mississauga luxury homes for sale, which was the other key phrase we already have in our campaign. Click on get results. So we have 100 to 1,000, not as many, but keep in mind that these price points are so much bigger and the commissions are so much bigger that we don't necessarily need as many leads. I would argue that one luxury lead is worth 3 or 4 normal leads, because people are specifically typing into Google search Mississauga luxury homes for sale. So you know that those leads are just going to be a lot more valuable. So you don't necessarily have to have as many of them to get a great return on your investment. And this is actually a very reasonable range. It starts at only 38 cents and goes up to $1.31. But these are for multi-million-dollar homes potentially. So the way you want to think about it is that each one of these key phrases is sort of like its own market. You have the demand, which is the average monthly searches, and then what people are actually bidding. So you want to find key phrases that fit within your target market and what you're actually going after, but also you want to respect these numbers and pay close attention to the average monthly searches. You want to experiment with a whole bunch of different ideas, and then once you find some keywords that you like, you can add them to your existing campaign. So let's say we're starting with Mississauga homes for sale. And then I'm going to go back to the suggestions. So if I want to add houses for sale in Mississauga, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to select plan, and then click on existing campaign. And here's my Mississauga campaign. So you're going to click that, and now you're going to select the ad group. Houses for sale in Mississauga closely relates to Mississauga homes for sale. So I'm going to click that. And then we're going to select the match type. You remember we talked about broad match, phrase match, and exact match. I'm going to select phrase match. And then I'm just going to click on add keywords. So now those keywords have been added to that ad group. So do you see how this works? We started with an initial group of some of the basics, but now what we're doing is we're fine tuning. Now we can look under the hood and really see where are the high traffic key phrases coming from and keywords, so we can add them to our existing campaigns. So let's try a few more. So now I'm going to try and find another couple keywords for the condo campaign. And again, I'm just using the same wording as the ad group, just as a kickoff point, so that I can see some of the suggestions. So we have condos for sale in Mississauga under 200,000. Good luck. And that's interesting because you can start to pick up trends. You can see what people are searching for, what's in demand, different price points that they've specified. You can see that there's some searches for pre-construction condos, Mississauga, 2020, 2021. Okay, so here's a good example. 2-bedroom condo for sale, Mississauga. So that's going to fit well within our condos for sale in Mississauga campaign, because 2-bedroom condos are a pretty juicy price point, and we know they have the words for sale in there. And remember, I talked about that earlier. I like to select the keywords where people are specifically typing into Google search for sale, because it usually tells you that they're much more motivated than someone that might just be looking new condo Mississauga or Port Credit townhomes, because these people might just be casually browsing the market or looking to rent. But for sale, there's no mistaking. When it comes to online marketing, I like to deal in certainty, and we know for certain that this person's a buyer because the proof is in the pudding. That's what they're searching for. I don't like to guess when I'm spending money on advertising. I like to use as much certainty as I can. So let's look for a few more. New condos for sale, Mississauga. Perfect. Condos for sale in Mississauga under 400,000. That's doable. Again, I'm focused mostly on the for sale. Condominium for sale in Mississauga. Affordable condos for sale. This would be a good one, but the problem is it's only 10 to 100 people, which for me is not enough traffic. So I'm kind of ruling out anything that's under 100 average monthly searches. So for now, I'm just going to add these 3 to our Mississauga condos for sale ad group. And remember, it's very important that you keep it organized, because all of the keywords that are part of the ad group are going to be pointing to the Mississauga condos landing page. So you don't want to mix this up. The landing pages are assigned to correspond to each ad group. That's why I'm clustering these together very carefully. You want to keep your campaign organized so that everything makes sense. Because I don't want to put the new condos for sale Mississauga or condos for sale in Mississauga under 400,000 searches in the Mississauga homes for sale ad group, because that points to the Mississauga homes for sale landing page. We want to make sure they go to the right ad group so that they end up on the right landing page. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to add these 3 to the Mississauga condos for sale landing page. I'm going to select phrase match again and click add keywords. And then we can add a couple more for the luxury campaign. So if I just type in Mississauga luxury, so here we go. Luxury homes for sale, Mississauga. Perfect. And then I'm going to throw this one in there too. Even though it doesn't have for sale, it's luxury homes, Mississauga, and it's got 100 to 1,000 average monthly searches. So I'm going to add these 2 to the Mississauga luxury homes for sale ad group. Make sure phrase match is selected again and click add keywords. So that's how you use the keyword planner. Definitely the most powerful tool in Google, because this takes the guesswork out of it. Now you can see exactly where the traffic is and literally just beat a path to your door. So I encourage you to rewatch this video, really internalize it, really make sure you understand how this works. Start to play around, start to practice, and become an expert, because this is really where the power of Google Ads comes from more than anything. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to get your ads ranking on the first page of the Google search results.